Yo, Dwayne Styles, my guy. What's up, brother, man? I was going to do a whole little intro, but my man Dwayne is in the house. It's about to be 2:15 a.m. here in Mexico. I got training in the morning, but God bless and have a great show. Dwayne, my guy, miss you on the live streams. Buenos noches. Hopefully you're having a good time in Mexico. Hopefully you're keeping those hands wrapped and that chin down. I'll catch up with you. Dwayne Styles, OG on the insider game. Be good, man. Guys, what's up? Hopefully everyone is doing well. Wherever you're tapping in from, let me know what's up. This is Dwayne. He's an OG JSB insider. We launched it a couple months ago. He's a 3-month member. Guys, that link is pinned in the comments section right there. You could join. You could support me by joining on YouTube or on the Patreon. It's the same price. It's a couple bucks a month. Whichever one you choose, you get access to our private VIP community on Discord. We have about 350 JSB insiders in that, but the heartbeat is boxing. Now, this is a new time for the live streams. You know, it's because we have a fight week in Australia and I live in Sydney. I figured it'd be a good idea to stream once in the morning and once at night Australian time. So I started this yesterday. It is 7:15 p.m. Tuesday, and this is my second live stream of the day, and you can expect this throughout the week. I might keep this routine moving forward. We know we have the fight card in Brisbane, headline between Tszyu and Zerafa. Guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me there. It's a nonstop boxing content, Johnny Stofko on Instagram, and give me a follow and just be like, hey, Johnny, what's up? This is so-and-so from YouTube. I'll follow you back. I use my Instagram story as kind of like a news ticker. I put polls, fight polls, all things boxing, and some strength and conditioning because I am a coach. So if you're on Instagram, you want to connect there, follow me and tell me what's up. Also, we have our 24/7 live stream on YouTube, Boxing News Now. That link is pinned as well. It's YouTube's only 24/7 boxing news, and we have an odds ticker. So I'm currently looking at it, and you're hearing the music. So that's Boxing News Now on YouTube. We launched that a couple weeks ago, me and my boy Yovi. So if you want a place on YouTube to stay up to date with a live stream 24/7, it's the only one on YouTube, go there, and that's us as well. We're trying to change the game from a YouTube content creator perspective on boxing. It's not just gambling. It's not just breaking down fights. It's all things fighters, behind the scenes sort of stuff, interviews, live stream, stuff like that. So if you're new here, I say welcome. If you've been here like Dwayne's, been here for 3 months, I say welcome. And if you're one of the OG, Johnny says, YouTube subscribers from a couple years ago, I really appreciate the support. What we're going to do now is I'm going to bring up some of the press conference from No Limit. This is from their Instagram. And we're going to have a look at some of the nonverbal communication, body language of the fighters. It's an angle that I like using as sort of like, an edge when we're thinking about betting. We know the fights are Friday, and we're going to have a look here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to... All right, so this is Liam. So we know Liam Talava'a, he's fighting. That's when he got his get back against Brandon Gratch, the Bull. And that was the rematch. The first fight, Brandon got the best of Liam, and the second fight, Liam got his get back. He's a slight underdog going into Friday night. I want to play chalk. So for all you, this is Anthony Mundine talking about Zerafa and Nikita.
Okay. Yeah, I think Zerafa got the edge in experience and season, but I think Nikita's got the edge in power. And if he did what he done to Bomber Wells, I think down in Melbourne, it's either way, it's 50-50, man.
You know, the audio is a little bit torn up, and I don't want to get copywritten strike, but he was Mundine. If you click on that, he's talking about Zerafa has the edge in experience, and he gives the power advantage to Nikita. And at this time, he's slightly favoring Michael Zerafa. And I put a poll up on my Instagram story asking everybody, you know, what their thought was Zerafa versus Tszyu. Right now, it's 70-30. 70% of the people think Mick Zerafa is going to win. 30% thinks Nikita's going to win. I made some calls. Some of my boys are pro boxers in Australia. Some fight in the amateurs. Some are coaches. And it's like the majority of the guys I'm talking to are tipping Zerafa to win this fight. I'm still torn. I'm not 100% convinced on where I'm going to put my money. But when I make that decision, I'll let you guys know.
It's game time, man. You can hear it from the other room, brother. We're on. Let's go.
I think they do that on purpose. I think they put the music behind there on purpose. I don't want to get copy strike. So that's Dempsey McKean versus Tszyu. We watched Tszyu I was at his last fight, and it was a back and forth war, and he lost that fight. And he's in another tough fight against McKean. So this is another interesting fight on the odds. We'll bring those odds up in a second. So this is a fight that I like. I'm waiting for, this is Billy Polk. Billy Polkinghorn fights out of Fight Life. He's trained by Glenn Jennings. And, you know, I've been hearing about him for a few years. He's about a 6-1, 7-1 favorite on the money line. But I'm waiting for the bookies to open up odds, method of victory prop odds. So wherever your book is, if you could get Billy Polk by stoppage, that's going to be my move. But we're going to see if we get those options.
Been there before against world-class opponents and gone 12 rounds and, you know, gone hard 10s, and I've been there. So for me, like I said, I know I can do that where he hasn't been there yet. But I know he's a tough, hungry kid, and I know my name's a world title to him. I know he wants to bring it. You know, he's said before that it's personal. For me, it's purely business. But like he said to me yesterday, you know, may the best man win. Been there before against world-class opponents and gone 12 rounds and, you know,
I think Mick is
gone
locked
hard
in, boys.
10s, and I've been there. So for me, like I said, I know I can do that where he hasn't been there yet. But I know he's a tough.
You know, I've watched Zerafa. This is a guy we talked about it all week. Zerafa, you know, if you look at just the resume and you're looking at when you're weighing your options, we've been harping on this all week. Obviously, Zerafa's been in there with the better competition. He's fought for world titles before internationally, but every time he's stepped up internationally, he's lost. You know what I'm saying? And he's gotten stopped. And then when you look at his big victories, he's been in there with Chalk Mundine, but that wasn't a prime Anthony Mundine. And if that's going to be his best victory, I talked about this last night. I mean, you could probably say that Dylan Biggs' victory for Nikita probably is the better win, considering Dylan Biggs and his recent success with the Grand Prix. The ones with the biggest barks tend to crumble under the lights. Not always true. I mean, if that's the case, Floyd Mayweather would have never been 50-0. You know what I'm saying? Not always true. Muhammad Ali. You know, there's boxing, Roy Jones. Boxing is our sport's beautiful because of this, though. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's true if we're in a bar, boxing booth. If you and me were out getting drinks, that's 100% true. The ones who are talking shit in the street fights are the ones who can't fight. But in boxing, it's part of the marketability. It's part of the promotional side. It's part of the sort of charisma of a fighter. And sometimes it's that bark that sells in terms of getting these fighters opportunities to make big money. So I think a lot of people have Zerafa confused. I feel like he has a bad reputation domestically here in Australia basically how the media has portrayed him. I don't feel like he's a villain. Like every time I've seen him speak, he's super switched on. He's respectful. In the past, he's talked his shit trying to get that Tim Tszyu fight, and rightfully so. It's a fight he's been chasing for years. Him and Tim Tszyu. So when I tell people this should be Mike Zerafa versus Tim Tszyu, not Nikita, that's what I mean. And that's why it's really hard for me right now where I'm going to put my money, because I'm looking at the odds right now. They're right in front of me if I flip the screen. And Zerafa's the dog now. Tzયુ's the favorite. And I didn't think that would happen. Yeah, Tessie. Yeah, he talks a lot, brother. He that's kind of his shtick. I think that yeah, he talks a lot. I guess yeah. Look, if you're a Muhammad Ali, if you're a Floyd, and you're talking, you could get away with it. But if you're trying to make a name and you're on the domestic scene and you're winning one and losing one and that sort of thing, and you're still talking, it definitely rubs people the wrong way.
Shot season, baby. Still waiting for me. And new.
God damn it. There's that goddamn copyright strike again. This live stream isn't gonna get monetized, but there's no one on it anyway. But this is an interesting fight, boys. This is another one where I'm torn. And my father always said, I grew up in an Eastern European household. My father was from Czechoslovakia, my mother's from Italy, and both had accents. So a lot of the values I was raised with in America were kind of like street values, the way of the old Italians. My dad would always say, bet with your wallet, not with your heart. And I interviewed Liam Talava'a when he was a 1-0 pro 5 years ago. So every time he fights, I cheer for him. And sometimes I have to check myself because I know a lot of boxers. I grew up in the sport, and so I sometimes have to make sure that I'm not betting on a fighter because I'm cheering for the fighter. But this is an interesting matchup. We're gonna pull up the odds real quick now. I'm gonna pull up. I heard there's rumors of a Japanese card. I'm not getting those odds. All right, so this is Bet365. Oh shit, boys! There's a fight tonight. Should we get some sneaky DGen action? There's a fight right now at 9 o'clock in 90 minutes. Ishii versus Ikagawa. When did that show up? Dude, I might just put some sneaky DGen real quick. Anybody want to play this? All right, I'm gonna have to pull up the odds. Ishii versus Jun Ikagawa. So this fight literally takes place in 90 minutes. I just found out about this. This wasn't showing up on my book at all today. So this is Ikagawa. He's 8-1. Didn't we just see Ikagawa? He just drew. I feel like we just saw him fight. He fought in October against Hosokawa. He's fighting Toshiya Ishii. 10-1, 7 knockouts. I swear, we just saw these guys fight. He's coming off a win. His only loss was to Ishida. He fought Ikagawa before. They fought. Jesus. This is their third time fighting. A draw, and then he beat him. In an 8-rounder. Did he get stopped here? This is some D-gen ass shit, boys. Adu, so good to see Paulie and Porter covering the fights this Friday. Felt bad for Porter struggling with the ex-footy Muppets on previous Aussie. Yeah, I was actually, I didn't know Paulie was coming to Australia. I was shocked when I saw him doing media today in Brisbane. I sent him a message. I was like, man, you going to come to Sydney? And he's in and out, literally flying in and flying out. Jun Ikagawa versus, this is some D-Gen ass shit, boys. Ikagawa's 8-1, 2 knockouts, 3 draws. He's fought Ishii 2 times. He lost a unanimous decision, and one was a majority decision. 30% of his fights are against Ishii. Let's see if anyone was knocked down. Nope, close fight that time. Close fight that time. It looks like Ishii might be the favorite here. What's up, Christos? I'm on the horn. Look, I'm going to put a pick in, boys. I'm going to put something in. You know, I'm leaving here with something. You ever see that Denzel Washington interview where he's like speaking candidly? He's like, it's a meme now. It went viral. He's like, I looked around. I'm leaving here with something. I'm putting something on it. All right, Toshiya Ishii, 10-1. His only loss was to Ishida 6 years ago. All right, I'm going to take Ishii on points. Let's see what we're looking at here. Ishii on points. Let's go, boys. I'm putting this in right now. All right, 80% return. I'm going to put that I'm going to put the bet in real quick. Dude, 80% return on some D-Gen action sounds tasty, boys. I'm making sure that my bank details aren't up on the screen. All right, guys, I'm taking Ishii on points. At $1.80. That's my bet. Done. That's my bet. This fight goes down though in like an hour. This is some D-Gen ass shit, boys. But hey, this is what we're here for. I'm not going heavy, David. I'm just sprinkling a little bit of action. Tuesday night action. Let's go, boys. $1.80. D-Gen action is the worst if you're chasing. I guess maybe we need to change. Maybe we need a new name for it. Impulse? Impulse action, anyone? Okay, I'm going to post. I like the $1.80 return, though, man. I like the 80% return. My man Luis, we out here, boys. We still good. We got that, guys. If you're tapping into the live, it's a new time this week. I've done this is my second live stream of the day. The first one was like 12 hours ago. So I went live at 8 a.m. and now it's going on 8 p.m. So I just got done training in the weeds searching for my deep. What's up, Mark? What's up, Mark? My guy. So Mark, yeah, your the subscription went through because I see the star by your name. Adu in the weeds. The boys are back. We're tapping in slowly. Yeah, I like this. I like the two live streams spread out, and I think I'm gonna do this moving forward. Before in the past, I would do two live streams and they were kind of bunched together with like a 4-hour window. This gives me time to, coach my clients, write some articles, hang out with my girl, eat, and then wind down with the boys. What better way to wind down than talk boxing and shoot the shit with the boys? All right, just give me 1 second. I'm going to post this in the Discord. I mean, 80% return on a little sneaky late night Tuesday night play. When we hit this, I'll just turn this over because guys, I was probably only going to go full transparency for Friday's card in Australia. I was probably only going to go half unit betting anyway. We have a lot of big cards coming up, and I'm probably going to split my bank this weekend. I'm probably going to split the unit in half unit on Australia, half unit on Golden Boy. And I think I'm only going to bet 3 fights. If I could get Billy Polk by stoppage, I'm going to take him. I'm still torn on the Liam Talava'a fight, and I'm still torn on Nikita. No, obviously. I'm going to post this in our YouTube group real quick. It's 9:35. Simon, what's up? Brawler in the house. Look at all the OGs, man. These are all my Kiwi boys. Yeah, Simon coming from New Zealand. We'll get to boys. We're 22 minutes in. Give me 2 minutes, and I'm gonna bring up that card. I want to post this for the insiders on YouTube, and I'm gonna post it to the Patreon boys, and I gotta post it to the Discord. And if you hear that music in the background, guys, make sure you're following Boxing News Now on YouTube. It's our new 24-hour-a-day live stream. So find Boxing News Now. My boy is a programmer. He does behind-the-scenes tech programming, and we're scraping data. And if you go to Boxing News Now, you have a 24-hour live stream on Boxing News and the odds. So that's the music in the background. We launched it like 3 weeks ago. I always wanted a live stream that ran all day that just had boxing news. And there was nothing like that on YouTube, so we invented one. I think we're at like 120. So if you're subscribed there, I appreciate you. Evening, lads. Brawler in the crib. Simon in the house. It's 3:36 a.m. And my Luis in Jersey, my guy. I do. You can't go half unit on Wilson Poke footy, dude. They will win for. Yo, Adu, what's your take on why Liam Wilson's odds are so close? Anybody see that? He's not even a 3-1. I still haven't taped him yet, though. We're gonna pull up the odds in a second. I want Billy by stoppage, so I'm waiting to get Billy by stoppage. I'm just gonna give the Japan plays free game. Shout out to the boys in the Discord for letting me know about the Japanese fights. All right, I'm posting in the if you're in the Patreon, I'm posting that pic right now. Nelson Solomona, money line, Shirley, easy money. Easy money. I like it. All right, boys, I'm all yours. Let's bring up these odds. All right, I'm going to use Sportsbet's browser just because it's a little bit easier optically. But if you're in Australia, put your bets on with Bet365. We should know that by now because the draw on Sportsbet, you get screwed. Okay. Let's have a look. I want to see what was it? Who was Adu? I'm gonna bring Adu's comment back up. Okay. And as you can see, all the boys in here, they're all JSB insiders with the stars. I should have just made this a members only live stream. I'm gonna start doing that too, because as the channel's growing, guys, we got a lot of trolls. The trolls are coming out the woodwork, boy. So one of the ways to keep our because I like running the way I run my business, my coaching business. If you read any of the books that I've written, I like professionalism is important. I like running businesses very professional. And so sometimes with the trolling, I had to kick a couple people out of our Discord. Just because I don't really like the whole I like keeping it business focused. You know what I'm saying? I don't like whenever things get unprofessional, calling people, I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to put anybody on blast. But here we go. All right, so Adu, you can't go half unit on Wilson. When I'm saying half unit, I'm talking philosophically. I'm not going to go too heavy on this because, guys, at the end of the day, this is a domestic Australian card. You know what I mean? Always be weary on any domestic cards. I mean, other than like an OG top rank card, when we know that A sides always win, I've been making most of my money on Pro Box cards. I've been killing Pro Box. Japan, killing Japan. Lately struggling a bit where the losses lately have been kind of on 50-50 main event fights. Lost on the Matias fight, lost on the Holly Holm fight. But both of those weekends, I went 15 out of 16 and 16 out of 17. But this card, where I was getting at philosophically, if it's like a domestic level dust up in the UK, a domestic level card in Australia, I usually go half unit. I'm not going to go too heavy. But I like Billy Polkinghorn. See, I'm not like, look at the Liam Wilson odds. Does anybody think this is suspicious? I can't find much tape on Rodex. Liam Wilson's not even a 3-1 favorite. And I pulled up Rodex's box rec. Those odds, I don't know, man. Those are kind of, what do you think of those odds? They make me weary. What's Mark saying? I'm a Filipino, but I will bet on Wilson. Piala. So you know about Rodex. Mark, you should come on, man, and spit game real quick. Piala still hasn't tasted a real punch. Also, the only way for Piala to win is by knockout. Wilson not going to happen since Piala has no knockout power. Okay. Then Mark, does Rodex have some game to him? This is the benefit of having an international boxing community, man. We got people from all around the world educating everybody. So Mark knows who Rodex is. I want to bring up the box rec real quick. We know Liam. We've covered Liam's career on the channel. The left hook is, everybody always talks about the left hook. He hasn't really been kind of the same guy. I mean, he's coming off a couple wins. This is who he's fighting. I mean, he was a 6-1 favorite against Jorge Santana. And then the Ayrton Jimenez fight. Do you remember Ayrton Jimenez? Jimenez fought him tough. For Rodex to not even be a 3-1 dog, man. So he's 12-1, only has 1 knockout. Yeah, doesn't have the pop. 5'7" orthodox fighter. They call him Tank. I don't know much about him. Okay, he has a loss to Fujita. So would this be his biggest step up? I mean, the bookies are showing him love, man. Like $2.80. It's an interesting line. Wilson's at minus 455. I got him at minus 250. So are you looking on Bet365? Because this is up to date. This is live sports bet right now. It's about the same. Since the fight will be held in Australia, you got to include politics. It's a very valid point. You always have to include politics. I was talking to my buddy earlier today. He was asking me about the betting side of boxing. He's a corporate bloke, and he was just under the impression that it was whoever the better boxer is. And I was breaking it down to him, all the other factors, like the promotional side, what camp they come from, who's the A side, who's the B side, where's the fight taking place, all these sort of things, ring size, glove size, trajectory of their careers, what's their last 2 fights look like. He was just he had no idea. And he bets. He's just a guy who looks at he looks at the odds and he picks a winner. And he was like, I never went on boxing. I'm like, bitch, you need to join the Discord. Rodex didn't look too flash. Those odds are crazy to me. I'm on travel. You be safe traveling. Yeah, Rodex is not even athletic enough to play Wilson. Of course, Wilson been knocked out before, but those are coming. Yeah, Oscar Valdez and Navarrete, which had some controversy to it. Every time I say Navarrete, I get excited for the Sugar Nunez fight. I don't mean to change the subject, but we got some freaking firefights coming, boys. Navarrete versus Sugar. You know, it is so messed up what they did to Charlie, though. Nobody's saying Charlie Suarez's name. It kind of bums me out. I'd love to see Charlie Suarez in another big time fight. He's a nightmare matchup for anybody, but the unfortunate thing about the politics in boxing now, when fighters see the fight Charlie Suarez gave Navarrete, no one's going to want to fight Suarez. Suarez is the only guy to beat Paul Fleming. Beat him late, too. Had to get a late stoppage in Australia. Amateur pedigree, Olympian. You know, kind of got the raw deal against Navarrete. You know, was losing those earlier rounds, but was coming on. And the way they called that a technical, they said it was from a headbutt, but it was from a punch. They said it was from a punch, but it was from either an elbow or a headbutt. They said it was from an elbow or a headbutt, but it was from a Suarez punch. So, and I'm not hearing much about Suarez since. So it just kind of, he's a solid ass fighter. He's a legit pro. So let's continue on with what did Adu say else on that Adu's ticket? The footy dude. Okay, Nelson. So he's talking Nelson, Poke, they will win for certain. Let's see those Nelson odds. Yeah, I'm not even getting odds on Sportsbet. I think Bet365 has them. Yeah, Liam should win. Maxie should win. Billy Poke should win. You're already at 50. You're at 52% here. We'll find plus money. We're going to find money. You know what we do. We're going to find a victory. I'm probably going to add a couple others to my Australian parlay. I might bet heavy on one of these fights. Who knows? I'll let you guys know. And then let's have a quick look at Golden Boy. I'm going to go back to Bet365 because they're showing fights that Sportsbet isn't showing. Japan, Blake Wells, Max Reeves. Oh, they got CJ Mundine. They got CJ's fight. Okay, so they're having CJ's fight on here. He should be a lock. That's a feeder fight. That's easy money for CJ. And then Nelson. Jeremy Lattimore. Nelson by knockout. Yeah, there's money to be made on this card. Guys, it is almost 8 o'clock. I got to get ready for bed. I'll see you tomorrow.